Somebody fucked up the cropping.
Do you see what I have?
Wasn't me.
here?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, it's Kevin. Kevin's fucking up the cropping.
Turtles got it on.
1, 2, 3, 4 turtles.
Is it Blu-ray or is it DVD?
Living underground.
Also, I
It's
know what movie it's
unfortunate.
talking about. Is it? Kevin. Is it the
box?
All right, Kevin. Is it the director's cut of Turtles Forever or the botched TV version?
Also, this is a Kevin face reveal. I had no idea, by the way. Holy shit!
Even
I've
though
seen his
I've
face
revealed my
before.
face a number of times on
I
this
guess
thing.
I wasn't there for those.
Yeah, Seamus is half aware. I'm joking.
Okay, I will admit I have drank a bit this evening, so you are not wrong.
Yeah. See?
I
See
would not
what
be
I
able to
mean?
tell because I have not popped in Turtles Forever because I still got to finish.
Well,
my
let me
rewatch
know
of
because
03.
let me know because I might get that for myself if it is the original version because the original
You
version.
might
This
as
is-
well
hang on.
get it.
Ben, this is the only way you can get the DVD version of the fucking show anyways, because the Funimation DVDs were god fucking awful.
Wait, I thought it was.
Well, no, I have a
a
remastered version of Turtles Forever. That's an HD. That's the director's cut.
Actually,
so,
yeah, I have.
took me hours to find. By the way,
we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
Hello.
back to
Welcome
Gamehvies.
to the Dragon of Quest, or
Yes.
otherwise
Yes.
known as
Where
DQ
we've-
Grill and
where
Chill.
the first of
Yeah,
four
where we're
films.
talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the first 5 minutes of the fucking stream. Because
Yeah,
we
thanks,
are
Kevin.
100%.
Shit.
Look,
We are
Look, why don't we
200%
just get on with
professional.
it?
Yes.
We're the
Look,
best
why don't we
there
just
is at what
get
we
on
do.
with it, okay?
Okay. So let me.
And what we do
so
isn't
today,
exactly very nice.
Today, we accidentally skipped a movie and are going right ahead to the first Dragon Quest movie that was released in theaters many, many years ago. The first of 4
1991.
films, actually.
I thought it was 3.
And well, there's a fourth one that was
there's
released in
several Dragon Quest
2010s.
films.
Yeah,
Damn, okay.
the first 3 were released in the 90s and another later in 2010s. I think it was called Your Story. But yeah, Seamus, do you have any little?
Okay. So first off, Your Story is the most recent Dragon Quest film adaptation, which was based off arguably the most highly revered Dragon Quest story specifically, not game story in Japan, which was Dragon Quest V.
Dragon Quest
though
V. I have that game for Super Nintendo.
Nice.
But it was never released in the West though.
I know.
So how is that possible?
I have the import.
Oh,
He's based like that.
So
By the way,
I could go into the plot, but I risk spoiling it, so I'm not going to. The point being
fair.
is that this is a adaptation of would you believe it, a Shonen Jump manga from the late 1980s.
Yep.
And
Yes.
despite the name Dragon Quest, Akira Toriyama had
nothing to do with
nothing to do with him. Yeah,
Yep.
nothing to do with Toriyama because he was still doing Dragon Ball. He actually started Dragon Ball Z at the time of this manga's initial publication in 1989. So he was well busy redefining shonen manga.
Think of it like this. Think of it like this. The movie is based off the anime. That's based off the manga. That's based off the video game.
So interestingly, the animated television series, despite what you say, Ben, actually started 3 months after the first movie, because the first anime movie actually came out in July 1991. The animated series, which was around 40 by Toei, it was like less than 50 episodes long, started in October.
That's really interesting.
So it
Can we just get started already?
Let's get started. So hang on,
I'll give you a countdown long enough.
Yep. All right, so
don't need a countdown. We're watching it off your stream.
3, 2, 1.
So much.
My thing froze. Give me a moment.
Well, I need to make Don
so much
Cheadle
for my
go
interesting
away.
lore. Because
God
honestly,
damn it.
I was getting into a groove, damn it, and you totally like ruined my
James,
groove.
we're supposed to get into the groove as the movie is playing.
All right, it started.
My man, I was trying to set the scene. I'm quite surprised that the Toei logo is still high definition for an 80s.
But yeah, I do want to say I apologize. I apologize to all.
Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Okay. I apologize to all 5 Far East of Eden fans for skipping your movie. We'll do that next time. Is
Oh,
that,
dude, it's Erdrick!
That's Edric! Oh shit!
This actually
badass.
looks pretty neat for an 80s
Are you
movie.
are you
or
meaning to tell me
90s
that
movie.
Adventure of Die is canon to the first 3 Dragon Quest games?
Yeah, looks like it. That's really cool. That's cool. And if anyone's wondering, yes, this is the first time we're watching this. I've never watched this before. Diva Shimas,
Yeah, I've
who's a
never
big
seen it.
Dragon Quest fan.
So it's a good thing
Yeah,
I'm here. and
This
you
is
did
actually
this.
my introduction to Dragon Quest was through watching a series of videos on Fortune Street.
Now, if you look really closely, you can see Yamcha like squatting in one of those like abandoned buildings with like Poir.
Oh yeah, I can see him right now.
Or
Oh, he's just dead.
No, that's in the
and here's
Saiyan
Yamcha.
Saga.
Yeah,
He's dead.
but before we watched this,
DK.
me and Sheamus were
Yamcha's
me and Sheamus were arguing over whether this was an OVA or a movie released in theaters. And I looked it up, and it was released alongside 2 Toho movies in Japan in theaters.
Well, this is only
Revenge of
30 minutes
Cooler
long.
and another film. Yeah.
By the way, Benjamin, when we get to doing the Pokemon movies, are we going to include the Pikachu shorts?
I've got to admit, this is amazing animation,
maybe.
guys. Truly Toei's
Yeah, the
peak.
animation.
Definitely animation.
You know what, I
Definitely
really
not
like-
still images panning in front of each other. Parallax
I will
scrolling.
admit,
What's
I
that?
do-
This
I
is
do like-
animation. Oh, there's penis.
It's really. It's.
Yep,
know.
we're getting
Oh, Jesus Christ.
demonetized.
Oh,
Yep,
no,
yep.
we're-
It's an early Toriyama project.
No,
absolutely.
The screen is still. The screen is still pixelated, guys.
the
Don't
And now,
worry,
ladies
they
and
can't
gentlemen,
see it.
we present
The
to you
screen is more-
Bambi if presented with Toei Animation's budget.
Yeah, we didn't get taken down for joysticks somehow. And this
Okay,
is
if you look
what
really
pixelated
hard, you can see
joysticks.
Goku flying on the Nimbus cloud. You have to look really
How have we
closely,
not-
though.
How have we not been taken down for
And if you look,
joysticks?
if you look really, really closely, you could see a bunch of idiots playing Fortune Street.
Oh, finally, things are moving.
The Demon King's minions were released.
It's
from his dark
animation!
influence.
Oh,
seen
that
animation in years.
That Dracula. The
That's a
slimes
pterodactyl.
of
Slime draws
Dracula look
near
way off.
your
They look
command.
way
That's a
off.
pterodactyl from
They
Dragon
look.
Ball. You know, you could
Oh
probably
man,
say
the
that
art
Dragon
style
Ball and Dragon
looks.
Quest take place.
The
in
art
the
style
same
looks
universe.
way
Guys,
off of
guys,
Toriyama's
That sounds like a
original
cop
design.
out.
Guys, stop talking over each other one at a time, please.
Wait a second.
Oh, hi
Oh.
Goku.
Goku.
This is. I like the animation here. I love how it's drawn. It's just.
Oh, dude,
it's
this is
great.
a song from Dragon Quest 3, I think, that they got here. Oh, that's really cool. They're remixing the game soundtrack.
That is cool.
Yeah,
I
that's-
like this.
That's something rare to see in an animated adaptation of a video game, because they usually just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
makes
me
wonder if,
especially during this.
Well, the Persona 4 animation actually reuses the soundtrack from
Oh.
the game.
It kind of
That's a
makes you wonder
Goku,
if
alright.
Koichi Sugiyama actually helped with the orchestration for this OVA, these films, you know, because he was never a fan of like them digitizing his work, you know, into like MIDI soundtracks to make them work. So it makes me wonder, did he get involved with
If
this?
he got hit more times in the head, and that bump would that bump would end up increasing in length.
This is a really
I really
After
want
all,
to watch the
that's how-
2020 series of Adventure Die and see if this actually starts like this, like it's like a Digimon Monsters.
It has the
Digimon,
Yamcha
a Dragon
star on
Quest
his
Monsters
feet.
game. Meanwhile, on the Grand Line,
Yayo, yayo. Dream it, don't give it up,
all your
Luffy.
hopes and dreams.
yeah,
By
this
the
is-
way,
are you
I had
sure- are you
recently-
sure this is a
By
Dragon
the way,
Quest
Alex,
Monsters
I had
game?
recently read through the entirety of Thriller Bark, and it's
No,
the
off
best
topic.
arc. It's
Stay
the
on.
best arcade free time skip One Piece.
I would go into detail about how I disagree, but we're not talking about like One Piece. We're talking
Yeah.
about Dragon Quest.
Yeah, we're on a Dragon Quest movie.
One Piece wasn't even out at this time.
This
Heck,
is
it wasn't even like as,
This is
as like
also
a
really
like a
nice transfer. Like, not only does
Yeah,
this
this
look
is the-
good in terms of animation, this looks good in terms of, like, this is HD. This isn't like a DVD.
yeah. I'm surprised. You got a
Anywave
point.
actually, 9 Anime are currently Anywave actually he does try to get the best quality
Look at that
of
pissed
what's
off
currently
slime
out there,
jelly.
which is why even the Attack on Titan and stuff for both Japanese and English are using their Blu-ray versions.
I will say,
Oh my god.
this was a.
Headstrong to take you on.
I love the animation.
It's very. I mean, I was gonna say. I feel like it's not as expressive as it could be for Dragon Quest because it's
Damn,
kind of
kid,
known
if
for
you
being
had a
quite
metal
expressive.
sword, you might actually be a
But
threat.
the action, but the choreography is like
clan.
well done, honestly. Okay, so if the Demon Kings they
Recycled
mentioned,
animation, no jutsu.
This could actually could take place between the events of Dragon Quest 3 and 1, potentially.
So
No,
it's Dragon
yeah,
Quest
maybe.
2.
Well, remember, Dragon Quest 2 is a sequel to 1, but 3 is a prequel to the original game 1.
Oh.
Oh, dude, that lumpy, like, slime-like guy looks nothing like in the games. He looks way more dignified. That's
God
like
damn it,
2
I'm gonna
bumps he's
get
got
brain
in, like,
damage
in,
if you
like,
keep
in, like,
hitting me
30
on the
minutes.
head.
No wonder he's so dumb. You keep whacking him on the head with coconuts and, like, your staff.
It's just
what if
like
he's secretly a
Goku.
wacka?
Okay. Meanwhile, in Castle Grayskull's ass.
I think you might be right.
Fabulous secret
How
powers.
convenient that all this is happening on this
When I
one
pull
island,
out
by
my
the way.
magic
chaka,
dagger.
ooga chaka,
I can't stop
ooga
this
chaka,
feeling
chaka,
deep
Oh my God,
inside
they're
of
chaka.
me.
Okay, we could stop.
I don't believe
It was good though, Kevin. It was good.
No. Oh, we're not in the chanting scene anymore. If we're in a chanting scene, we have to do ooga chaka. Among our various running jokes, we have that. Then there's of singing Bohemian Rhapsody,
Though,
which, by the way, Fran also gets in on.
Consider this. Apparently, this got a good HD transfer with like proper colors and everything, and Dragon Ball's still getting shafted to this day.
Well, gee, it's almost like Funimation hates us.
You know
they
what?
used to
Toei-
be. This
Toei
lady's a
also did
racist.
that.
Toei as well. It's
Yeah,
not the
Toei
as
is
well.
also responsible as well. They lost
'Cause,
the
yeah,
original
Funimation
film
was-
because they weren't
didn't-
able to, recycle it.
Well,
No. They
surprisingly,
didn't lose
like,
the original
the-
film. They lost the original stereo audio masters. They
Yeah.
still have the
wow.
original film negatives.
a lot of
By the way,
those are actually
Funimation are
starting
the
to
ones
come
who
back
lost the
recently.
fucking film. Because they,
Yeah.
after they scanned
Well, the
shit
thing was, like,
for
when
their
it comes to
widescreen
it was
Blu-rays,
They can't
lost
just
it.
admit
They-
they
When
can't
it
just
comes to,
admit
like-
that they didn't have the film negatives. They just had to say, "Oh, it was always meant to be 16
well,
by 9."
remember that the film negatives that they received was a transfer, so it was like a third generation tape
yeah.
that they
Can
got.
we stay on topic for
Yeah,
Dragon Quest, please?
Yeah, we can watch Dragon
But
Quest.
I mean, it's Dragon Ball, Dragon Quest, same difference, really.
I mean, yeah. But I will say,
Designed by the
I got a
same
question for
guy.
everyone. What was
But
your
then-
first
but they're
Dragon
very-
Quest? What was
They're very different series, though.
what was your first Dragon Quest game, and what's your favorite?
8 and 8.
11.
Okay, so, 5.
I've never played a
and I
Dragon
haven't
Quest
played any
game.
others.
I haven't played a Dragon Quest game. Like I said, my only exposure to it is through Fortune Street.
I do
Or
have.
the-
It's actually a good game, though, surprisingly.
That's a good game, yeah.
I have one of the PS2 ones, one
Hey.
of the 3DS ones.
A caterpillar with tentacles.
Oh, they
please
oh,
I
don't
like
molest
how-
her.
I like how the lady is just- I like how the
remade,
lady- I
they
like
remade Dragon
how
Quest
the
7 and 8 for the 3DS, Alex. So which one of those?
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I have.
Do you remember? Okay, here's a good question here. Do you remember the camera for the world being isometric or behind the character?
I never played it. It's
Well,
on my shelf. I have never touched it.
Okay.
I do want to
okay.
say I find it funny that the lady is just flat out racist.
I still want to actually play Dragon Quest 8's enhanced version on the 3DS, but like modded to have the because for some stupid ass reason the 8th game, when it was released in the West, had the MIDI soundtrack,
Oh, that's because the
whereas the
oh
Japanese
there's
version had
actually
the
I know the
orchestrated
reason.
soundtrack.
Yeah, I know the reason for that. It's because the Japanese composer hates his music being released overseas and refuses to let them release it.
Oh,
So they
just
have
like
to
the
use, like,
Yu-Gi-Oh
the mini version.
composer.
And yet, for
Yep,
some
pretty
reason,
much.
the 8 soundtrack was orchestrated in America and Europe, but it wasn't in the Japanese initial release. What sense
Yeah,
does that make?
something. Yeah, he changed his tune in the later years and hated America and the other Eastern
So
countries
I
and such.
would only play
Monkey.
like 8 on the 3DS modded with the orchestrated soundtrack because it would just for me as someone who grew up
I
with it, it
tried.
wouldn't feel
The
right.
weird, the sad thing is, I tried to get it to work. I haven't been able to get it to work for some reason. I thought I did originally, but I was mistaken.
I mean, it adds like Red and Mori as party members and an actual prologue to the main character's like arc, which I'm very interested in because the story in DQ8 is fantastic, even if it is
Yeah.
quite simple.
I also have Dragon Quest 1, 2,
11's,
and
by the
3
way,
for,
is probably the best story like in all of
Oh
Dragon
no, guys!
Quest.
Look, it's
Honestly,
it's the stone in the wall. He's back. He's evil.
It's the Ark
By
in
the way,
Stone.
Seamus.
Oh, it's an eye. He opens his eye.
are you surprised that's an
Far
eye, dude?
over
I thought it was just
the
some random
misty
stone.
mountain.
Oh,
We
So,
gotta definitely, Alex. You and I definitely gotta sing that.
yeah. I have Dragon Quest 4 for the DS. I have Dragon Quest 5 for the Super Nintendo.
Oh,
1, 2, and 3
dude.
for the Switch.
Finally, a dragon in Dragon Quest.
Oh my God! It can't be real.
By the way, Seamus, do you prefer Akira Toriyama's monster designs or or
Go on.
who's the character designer?
Eventually.
Who's the character
This is
designer for
totally
Final
discount
Fantasy?
Shenron.
Yeah.
Tetsuya Nomura did them like after 5, if I recall.
Yeah, Tetsuya Nomura. Do you prefer Nomura or Toriyama's monster designs?
When it comes to like threatening-esque, realistic-esque designs, I gotta give it to Nomura. But then again, some of the work that he was doing was derived from the NES games before he worked at Square Enix, whereas Toriyama was there from the very beginning for Dragon Quest, and his designs exude a lot of personality and charm, and even some threatening natures to them based there. So, in all honesty, I've got to give it to Toriyama for his monster designs.
Okay, who is a mangaka that you'd want to see do monster designs for a video game?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. That's
Well,
I gotta think
Kazuki
about like
Takahashi is dead, so...
Well, obviously, we can't have him,
Well,
unfortunately.
I mean, consider this. Hiro
Is that
Mashima was actually known-
Gaibon?
Hiro
That was
Mashima,
Gaibon's stream.
who did Fairy Tail.
Or no,
actually
wait,
did
that
some,
was Rodan.
from Dragon Quest.
Yeah, that's Rodan's scream.
He did like he did some like
Yeah,
Monster
you're right.
Hunter,
That is Rodan. It's Rodan.
manga back in the day.
Oh, cool.
The thing is, I would have said Eiichiro Oda, but the thing is, he had full reign of monster designs in Strong World, so he already had that chance of like, but they're
Yeah.
very distinct and different. And he even like
Kubo.
helped out a bit with that with
I'd want
think
either
Odyssey?
Kubo. I want either Kubo or Kohei Horikoshi to do monster designs.
I honestly, considering his experience with Monster Hunter and how iconic those characters are, like he adapted them quite well. I think Hiro Mashima would do a pretty cool job from Fairy Tail. Give him like a challenge
Do you think
outside of
either-
like making like character design lines that have the same face and body figure, much like another series that's mentioned. Because yeah, he has the same exact problem.
So Seamus, do you think either of my suggestions would be a lot?
I think giving Kohei Horikoshi that challenge of monster designs, considering he's been designing like other humanoid-esque characters, would be a good challenge for him.
and the thing is,
I don't
I know
know.
Kubo does. I know Kubo did the design for like hollows, but I want to see him do something other than a hollow.
I do agree because like he does a good job of making them threatening, but the thing is, they go a long way with their personality alongside that, and
yeah, and
eventually
he does really good with the character writing.
I feel as if like we need someone who can do distinct kind of like colorful esque designs that are both cute but also threatening at the
That's
same
a very
time.
interesting bit of
And-
camera work there.
Like
Yeah.
Horikoshi probably could do a better job at that,
I will-
considering that he has
I
drawn
will.
different
I will
Maybe-
say.
maybe both
I
of
do
them
want
should
to say.
work together
I
then.
do. I do want to
And
say
also,
I
like,
do really like I do really like the animation in this movie so
I
far. It is
do think that
eye-catching.
Kubo's strength is character design because he was brought in for the new Soccer Wars game, and he did a fantastic job of that, by the way.
Oh
Soccer
wow.
Soccer Wars
Wars?
game.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
like the new
football
Soccer
was
Wars
that
game.
serious.
TJ Kubo actually did the character designs, and he did a really good job, honestly.
Okay, you.
So I think he excels more in character design than monster design, honestly. Not to down credit him, of course.
I'd
God, I
still,
love the
considering
animation here.
like I said, considering the hollows, I'd still say, hey, that he'd be good at monster design.
You know, teach their own. I
Fuck
think give
you,
him another job.
Sauron!
Give him a.
It's
No, this
Butterfruit.
ain't Sauron. Sauron's like more of an active character. He's not just a fucking stone in a mountain. Wait, this is just Link's Awakening now. When's the Dream Wheel gonna show up?
Oh,
Ooh,
it's
What the
Zoro.
Hi, Goku? What?
They predated Super Saiyan, by the way. Golden
Yeah,
and
that-
The
Bizarre.
golden
that
brain.
presents- It's Pokemon.
The golden great ape. I'm like,
Oh, dude, it's a golem from the DQ games and a tree. All these are classic designs. Oh, this is great. Seeing them in animation like this. I'm not big on that
Yeah,
flying
this is
slime, by the way.
really when it's
That
not
flying slime looks pretty-
reusing animation, it's amazing.
It's not reusing animation. It's
It did
no,
a few
it's not.
times. It did a few times.
I will say this:
his mouth
as
wasn't
good-
even moving.
Modern Toei uses way more animation than they do back in the
Yes,
early
yes.
90s.
I'm just pointing out what I see.
Oh yeah, she's still being carried by like Rodan there. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
it's freaking Rodan.
He was like being carried by Rodan for like 5 minutes.
They're lynching the racist.
I feel like Rodan was much better in the MonsterVerse than he was in most other Godzilla works.
I agree.
Like, seriously, you look at Rodan's design in the MonsterVerse, you're
Oh,
like,
no!
oh my god.
Honestly,
Oh
if
my
I'm being
god.
if I'm being honest, the design of this like female character is really bland and like not really interesting compared to. Keep this in mind, like the Dai actual manga has a lot more distinct character designs than this. She just feels very generic to me, and Dai exudes a lot more personality through his character than she
Yeah,
does.
You know,
Dai-
the amount of times they zoomed in on him with that camera panning, and I half have pictured Sniper King's theme to start playing.
Oh, guys,
I could
it's
I could
fight
totally
time.
see because like it would. The thing was like in the anime they actually had like a whole like homage
from
of like the
Sniper
Toei animation
Island
logo in the
far
background when they introduced him.
away.
I could totally see
When
that
I
being the
take
case.
aim, it's straight
Quiet,
and
quiet.
true.
Stop singing, stop
Ooh,
singing,
la, la,
please.
loo.
Please.
It seems really good though. Soviet King's theme is
And-
great in English and Japanese.
Then you need to listen to Sniper King's theme. It's really good.
When we
Okay,
get to that movie.
I can't confirm if
Water 7?
I can't confirm if this is the same Demon King from Dragon Quest 3. So I've never played DQ3. I'm waiting for the remake
Yeah, I
to
haven't
eventually
either.
come out. Whenever it was announced like 2
Did you ever
years
see
ago. When
that
the fuck is
Smash
it coming
Brothers
out?
trailer? Or for when the hero character or from Dragon Quest was announced?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I lost my
no, no,
shit.
no.
I loved it.
No,
I
hold on,
loved
let me
it.
finish. Did you see the one where holding out for a hero place in the background instead?
I feel like I might have because
I
of the
have.
name. It just depressed me so much
Where
that the
have
Western
all
fan
the
base
good
like
men gone
Oh,
and
guys, they're remixing.
where
Guys, quiet,
are
quiet,
the
quiet, quiet, quiet. They're
gods?
remixing Dragon Quest music.
I'm trying to hear it, but I can't really picture it. Oh yeah, they are. Yes, they are. That's the Dragon Quest 3, one of the Dragon
Yeah,
Quest 3
everyone was
themes. You're
talking
right, Ben.
over it.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to pay attention.
Which we
You're
get
saying
told
that-
off for
you're-
not
this is
doing
the-
a bunch of
drag-
times.
This was in the Smash Bros. Reveal trailer for Hero, by the way. That's how you know this theme.
Yep.
Also, it's the dragon's back. Kenron, you're back. If I'm
Hey
being
kid,
completely
you're not
honest,
really doing anything to convince us that these monsters aren't evil.
Regardless of like how much personality is in the animation there, the story is shallow as can be. The characters are very boring, and the villain is generic
Yeah.
as all be.
Fun with
This is
it.
a really,
Yeah, that's kind of
really
yeah. This is
lame
kind of
story.
why.
You know, this
Yeah,
is
this is
still
kind
a
of
visual
why I'm hardly
treat.
really paying attention. Like,
Yeah, we're
it
talking about other
visually
things.
looks
I've been paying
great, but
attention. I've been
otherwise
enjoying
it's
myself.
just
It's
It's
not
basically
over yet.
it's about as bland as the second
It's not
Dragon
over
Ball
yet.
movie.
It's not over
Two-thirds of
yet.
the way
It's not
into
over
this
yet.
movie. Like, how on earth could it possibly get better?
Let's find out.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like considering this is an early '90s Toei movie, I feel like I really shouldn't.
Quiet.
There's subtitles in this, Ben. We can say whatever the hell we want.
I'm
We'll
trying to
understand what's going on.
listen.
It's oh so sad.
My God, people! This is not what people expect when they hear a girl mounting a dragon. Honestly,
She's literally riding a dragon.
By the way, does anybody remember the second Dragon Ball movie?
are we
We're not talking about Dragon Ball. We're not talking
the
about
one with
Dragon Ball.
Dracula?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
that's boring.
Well, I mean, it's more interesting.
This is
than
basically
though.
like
No,
like
that's
that.
not even close. Nah, it's not
Only
even close.
this has much more consistently smooth animation.
Also, it's taking advantage of like the mass amount of like art design that Toriyama gave to like Square. Or sorry, no, not Square. Enix. It was Enix still back in the day.
For those curious, the Sleeping Princess at Devil's Castle essentially follows the premise of before Goku goes to the World Martial Arts Tournament,
Which is cool, actually.
and he and
so like it's between his
and
training
he
with
and Krillin
Master Roshi and Krillin.
he and Krillin during their training have to go rescue Bulma from Lucifer.
So is like Krillin still an asshole at this point? Because I think that would be an interesting like character dynamic.
Yes, he is.
Honestly,
He's going
that
Super
sounds really
Saiyan.
cool.
He's got
Okay,
Super
this-
Saiyan.
He just
Okay, no, this is
broke
okay.
Broly's hat.
This was before Super Saiyan, by the way. So no, it's not.
He's pre Super Saiyans.
Kaioken!
Kyle, what?
Exactly.
Look, he's even made a Dragon Ball crater there.
More remix
I'm
Dragon
not-
Ball music.
I won't
I'm
forget
Dragon
you.
Quest, I'm
I
sorry.
will never forgive you. You've denied me
He's
Poon for
gone.
too long, and I'm gonna stop you, my dude. Avant Strash!
Well,
Wait.
now
Oh, is he actually gonna do that? By the way, the Avant Strash. That's because he has that symbol on his forehead when he's doing it. Dai is like some kind of ancient power within him to allow this. And more music from the games. Oh my god, from 8. Oh my god, more music.
Oh shit. We're gonna get an awesome epic fight.
Is he gonna break out of the wall?
Yep.
is the damsel in distress going to
Damn.
actually do something?
Okay, she almost
No.
did something, but then she was interrupted, so she's done
Yeah.
nothing. this whole time.
She tried to do something twice and was interrupted both times.
Yep. It's
It's a
Hirudegarn!
Power Ranger!
Nah,
It's a Power
Hirudegarn
Rangers
looks
villain.
cooler.
It's-
Oh, okay, I won't lie. That design's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Let's keep this in mind. This predates Hirudegarn by a good amount of time. This is
Yep.
really cool.
Even if Hirudegarn had a better design in my mind, he's still bland as
This,
fuck.
honestly, he makes hot pink work. I won't lie.
Ooh!
Yeah, honestly, the design of
Oh,
this main
wow.
villain, the
This
Demon
is-
Lord's actually really
Oh wow,
cool.
this is actually kind of subversive. The hero's power up doesn't actually, amount to him,
You see, he just,
overpowering the
nudged his
villain.
JPEG a little bit to the left.
Ooh, a dagger. Warida!
Whoa!
Oh, she did something!
She actually
She
did
did
something for once.
What a petty
Again,
villain.
more music from the
Ah.
games. Again, I'm genuinely surprised at how much music they've incorporated from the games. I'm genuinely surprised.
What?
Oh yeah, that golden slime's actually done something too. It's bloody annoying, honestly. That slime's done nothing. It has a name?
Go, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
it's said
that
a few
face was
times.
surprisingly well drawn.
Oh my god, he's going Kaioken again.
I will never forgive you!
Frieza!
His power levels 7,000, 8,000.
Vegeta! What does the scouter say
Oh,
about
of course
his
he
power
knows
level?
it.
It's over 8,000.
No. Even better, Seamus. It's 1,006. What?
Oh,
Really?
his feet are cracking from
Yeah,
the pressure.
kick his ass, Nappa.
That's awesome.
Yay!
Yo, he didn't use a Von Strauss, but that's
Do
a cool
the
way to end it.
impossible, see the invisible. Row,
Row,
fight
row,
the power.
power. Touch the untouchable.
Touch the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Row,
Row,
fight the power. Of how you
Okay,
got
I'm
my
sorry.
reference
This is
easily.
this is nowhere near as cool as Gurren Lagann, even though it's trying.
No, it's not. Still worth it.
It's still good. Still
It's
great.
like that final fight was better than all of this movie combined. I'm sorry, it absolutely
No, I
was.
disagree.
He was a cool
Yes, it
villain
was.
and honestly.
He
Yes,
is. I
And
agree.
he had
was.
pose a threat. He was just like a fucking rock for 2/3 of it. But how am I supposed to be
Yes.
threatened by that?
Oh, I thought you meant the whole movie, not the design.
No, the whole movie, yeah. No, the whole movie has
No,
been
I
pretty shit
disagree.
until
Oh, I
that point.
disagree with that. I disagree with that
Yes, it was.
completely. I disagree.
The animation can only go so far in terms
The
of a shit
animation
story.
can't carry
Let's
the
finish.
entire thing, Benjamin.
I disagree, but we'll get to that.
Honestly, like I get the feeling that in an environment where, because keep in mind, this is like the second anime movie, well, the third anime movie adaptation of a video game. This is the high point for it, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
far, I
all right.
agree.
Oh, you have to take things into perspective. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
This
the first one
yeah, you're
was
right.
the Super Mario Brothers movie, and that movie was kind of weird. That movie
Okay,
has
so,
very
yeah,
little to do with the
yeah.
fucking game. This has a
No,
lot to do with the game.
correction. Just a quick correction. It's the fourth one, but actually, wait, no, I'm wrong. It's the third one to be released in theaters and the fourth one overall.
Oh my god,
Well,
the
that's
slime!
saying-
It's
Here.
a slime!
I did say anime.
The slime here.
It looks so weird though with pupils like that. That's not how I imagine the slimes are, dude.
It's, it's a little weird, but I don't mind.
That's because he had like a wooden sword this whole time. More music
Oh,
from
you're
the
just gonna
games! Oh
give
my
it-
god, I can hear it. I can hear more music from the games. Oh my god.
Okay, quick question. What good is a knife that doesn't have a point on the end? That
Good
has
question.
a
He
blunt
made it
edge.
work though. He made it work.
Yeah, but that has a blunt edge.
And I finally know the princess's name after like
Leona?
almost 30 minutes.
She's
Yeah, I
been-
finally know her
she's been
name.
saying her name was Leona for a long time.
Yeah,
I
she's
just
been
didn't
saying
care.
that.
I genuinely did
You
not
haven't
care.
even been paying attention.
I haven't
Board
been
and
paying
bring
attention.
along all your hopes and
Hopes
dreams.
Together we
Together we will find
everything
everything that
will
we're
be
looking
for.
for. One
Piece.
piece.
I'm gonna become the king of the monster ranchers.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't even think it's happened yet.
Goodbye. I say I'd see you again, but I'd be lying.
It's a
Okay,
fucking.
like I have to.
there was an
I
ant in the background.
Like the Pokemon the Bridge series for that back in the day. That's not my joke.
That kid still has the Yamcha scar.
This movie almost
And-
looks like it could have been animated yesterday in a retro style.
And nothing of
Yeah.
value was lost. Honestly, but
Or
though,
gained.
keep in mind, as you said, it was a package movie from the early '90s. So you have to put things into perspective. As lame as this
Yeah.
movie was,
I liked it. I didn't think it was
By
like no. I thought
itself,
it was
it's
really
not.
charming.
It's kind of lackluster, like most of the Pikachu shorts.
oh, the Pikachu
Otherwise,
shorts are really
it's-
they were filled with way more personality than this. The Pikachu shorts.
No, the
Which is
Pikachu
kinda
shorts are
sad.
great too.
Yeah, and what's good about them is they have no dialogue in it. They give more personality and more charm than this thing did in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're discounting the narrator dialogue,
I'm just talking about the pure. I'm not talking the narrator there.
which by the way, the
specifically.
English dub has better narration than the Japanese version.
All right.
Which just
So my thoughts on this movie
overtly
are
tells
it
you
is.
Hang on, everyone. Shimas, go
I need-
first since you're the Dragon Quest expert.
I gotta go to the bathroom too first. Honestly, this
Oh,
movie's
actually,
pretty
fair
lame.
enough.
Animation's pretty solid there. The fact that they have orchestrated versions of the soundtrack from the games, because remember, Dragon Quest 3 and 4 were the most recent games at the time. That's a pretty big deal. But a lame story, shallow characters, a generic as hell villain, even if he has a cool-esque design, it doesn't even. It's not even as good as the games it was based on story-wise.
By the way,
And
Seamus.
that's honestly really tragic. 4 out of 10.
By the way, Seamus, if you want, by the way, Seamus.
Too low.
Nah, I put it at a 5.
I'd put it at.
I disagree.
Honestly, like for a nice little 30-minute action flick, it's like I'd say it's like a good 8 out of 10 almost.
I agree. My
Like,
take.
I'm giving it the
do you mind if
full
I go
seal.
first?
I'm giving it the full seal of approval personally.
I agree. I almost agree. So let me give my thoughts. So let's look at it from perspective. It was the 4th ever video game animated movie, the 3rd ever to be released in theaters. By that point, yeah, it's on the top of the list for me there. It's so much better. Does it have issues? Yes, it's extremely simple. The characters are simple, the story's simple, the action for some bits is simple. But as a short 30-minute special movie thing, I thought it was really charming. I love the animation. I love how it's drawn. I like how some of it's like this storybook. I just really dug its style, and I
Yeah.
love the animation. Some of the action set pieces were great, and yeah, the story it's simple. It's shallow even, but it's one of those things I could watch and just have fun with it. I could genuinely just sit down, turn off my brain, and have a good time. And I feel like that's the most important part. Like, it's not supposed to be this big, grand movie. And honestly, like, I feel like it's a bit more justified back then because, again, this was super early on in video game movie history. Extremely so. Do I put in seal approval? No, I can't put that high, but I will put in guide required right above Mario.
Yeah,
I
that's
will
a
say
fair thing.
I think it is better than that, but I don't think it's better than the Wizard, and I don't think it belongs in seal of approval because of its issues. To me, it's fun. I could watch it and turn off my brain, but I'm not gonna pretend it's amazing or great. It's just a fun time. I think it's just a fun little thing to watch and just have fun. That's my take.
Honestly, like
Alrighty
I'd
then.
watch this. I'd watch this a couple of times. I'd watch this more often than I'd want to watch The Wizard, or not like The Wizard.
Fair enough. So our votes are Shima said 4 out of 10, so that's 10 on arrival. Kevin, you said the same thing. I said guide required, and Alex said seal of approval. So we're kind of tied from up here
We're
around this
putting it in
area.
took forever. I'll bet. It's probably gonna be
Yeah,
the first
since
one
it
in took
kind of
forever.
goes around. Yeah, for my personal tier list, it's got to be in guide required. But yeah, we'll put it in took forever since we're kind of split on the vote when it comes to higher or below. But yeah,
Any-
that's it for this. That's it for the movie this
All
week.
right,
Unless
I'm back.
oh,
I'm
Shivas,
back. I'm back. Sorry. I
You
didn't
know,
know
you
I
missed my
forgot.
review.
I honestly forgot that you did a tier list for this.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it was like a number-based thing. So, did anyone else give their thoughts about this?
Yes.
I
Yes,
gave
we
my
did.
thoughts. I put it in guide required above Mario, and Alex put it above the Wizard
So,
in seal of
for
approval.
someone who is unfamiliar like me with this whole great tier list, by the way, but like in terms of naming, but
Thank
what do they
you.
mean? What do they mean?
Okay, so definite is essentially the definite video game movie,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
the.
Definitive,
must watch. They
Yeah,
are
that's the
the
top tier.
best of the best. Seal of approval is great. Like they're genuinely great. They got the seal of approval on there, but they aren't at the top. They almost are. Guide required. They're still very good. They're fun, but they might need what's the word I'm looking for? A bit of
They're not.
context,
Yeah,
maybe just
they're not
context behind them.
perfect. They're above average. They're less. There's there's a lot to them, but there's not enough there. There's not like enough to
Yeah.
bite down on.
Yeah.
You know.
Took forever. Took forever is basically mid.
Okay.
It's mid. Like
Yeah.
they're the mid movies. Like they're not bad, but they're not good either. They're there. Dead on Arrival. It's bad.
It's
They're
bleak,
bad.
basically.
It's bleak. It's bleak. It's so bad bad it's good is exactly what it is. A reference to
Yeah.
the wizard, and it's so bad it's good tier list. So stuff like joysticks or Postal movie when we get to it would go here. Shovelware.
And that
Do I
cyber,
need to tell you
whatever
what
the
shovelware
that
means?
cyber ninja
And
movie.
we're talking about Uwe Boll's like filmographies
Yeah.
and things down there.
Yeah, every movie he's made
Yeah.
except for Postal and arguably All Hail the King, when
We'll get
Jason
to that.
Statham is on
Yeah.
screen.
Okay, so if you wanted, I thank you for the context, by the way. So given what I know, I
problem.
gave it a 4 out of 10. I think it's DOA. I'm sorry, it's too shallow
Fair
of a
enough.
movie.
That's what I
Honestly,
thought
but
you
I don't.
meant.
Yeah, so I didn't know you had this tier list here. I don't know if that changes anything, so I just thought I'd mention
Yeah.
that.
Not
would
really,
repeat my
because
points, but I don't want
we
to keep this
kind of figured it
dragging.
was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to stretch it out further. I've already made my case about this film, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, before we end this, we usually show a trailer if
Well,
there is one.
hang on,
There
Ben.
is not.
Why
there-
don't we just
oh, what?
watch the second Dragon Quest movie now?
Yeah, these
Right
were
now?
like they were
Yeah, right
okay,
now,
'cause
we're
keep in mind
This is like 40
If we-
minutes in. We could watch another one.
if
I was
mean
gonna
honest,
suggest watching Far East of Eden next.
No, we got
stick with
we
the,
got
stick with the
Seamus
dragon,
here now.
stick with
Let's
the,
watch the next
stick,
one.
stick
No.
with the stick with the DQ stuff. They're quite short, as we clearly.
All right, let me
established.
check how
Alright.
long the next one is. Let me check. Hang on. All right, so the next one is longer. It is 41 minutes. Are
Oh,
you
it's
up
like
for
by
it?
That's 1 minute.
11
longer,
minutes.
So,
Oh heaven!
okay.
Oh heaven forgive!
Oh,
Heaven
11
forbid!
minutes. Yeah.
Are you good? Are you
It's
good
only-
with that?
It's
Yeah.
better than just like it's better than blue balling your audience with a
let's-
30-minute
please let's
movie.
Yeah,
make-
let's do this.
Please let's
I just
make
want-
sure
I
we
just-
do
And
Yep,
then I can cut
let's
these
start
off
it.
later, and I can
Besides, I was under the
Yeah,
impression we're doing all.
filler!
I was under the
Yeah.
impression that we were doing all 3 this evening because of how short they all were.
No,
Yeah.
no, we were just gonna do the first one, but we didn't realize how short it was.
I mean,
admittedly.
even-
suggested that we should do that.
Even with all
Alright,
3 of them, but even with all 3 of them
Alright,
together,
alright.
we
So
have less
before
than
we- before we do
we have
this-
less than 2 hours of. So we
Before
might as
we
well
do
just
this, hang
do
on,
all
hang
3 of
on.
them.
Before we do this, say goodbye to everyone watching the first part of Dragon Quest as
Hi,
we go on
everybody
to the
who
next
watched the
video.
first part of Dragon Quest. We're about to start the next part of Dragon Quest.